Tonight's openings begin with Hired Hand Brown Ale from Heritage Farms Brewing. Apparently, it's a family-owned brewery from Winkler, Manitoba. Their tasting notes include pronounced flavors of biscuit and caramel, light notes of toffee and chocolate. A medium-bodied brown ale. Interesting. That tastes familiar. I think I might have had that one before. That's not bad. So the first thing in is, what does it say here? Fuses. Yes, it is in fact fuses, and if you may recall from last mailbag, I've ordered an assortment of fuses for the various multimeters I have around here. These particular ones are 0.2 of an amp, 250 volt rated. And again, ceramic fuses as you would expect for this application. And now, I got an awful lot of comments in that last video saying that I was insane for trusting Chinese fuses. Of course I'm going to test them. Once I get all the fuses that I've ordered in, I will sacrifice one or maybe two, because I ordered 10 of each type, and just make sure that they trip in a reasonable amount of current. I mean, I'm not expecting any fuse ever to trip precisely at the exact value that it says on it, because that's just not how fuses work. But they should trip at in that range, and yeah, we'll give them a test and just see if any of them are lying to us. But that's going to be a few weeks, because I ordered more than I've received so far, and hopefully the rest of them will come in soon. 10 pieces per lot, all these different values of fuses. I'm not going to read the whole thing out. I got the 0.2 amp 6 by 30 millimeter 10 pieces for $5.40 plus shipping. Not much to say, they are just fuses. There's two different sizes of them, a bunch of different current ratings. There's the physical specs of them. Alright, next thing in, it says power plug. Okay. Looks like a death adapter sort of a thing. This is going from a UK-ish male side to a universal one size fits nothing very well on the other side. So you should be able to plug a standard North American plug. Oof, that fits very poorly. Let's try that again. There we go. If you wiggle it enough, you can plug a standard North American one in. Obviously, I wouldn't recommend that normally, because this is 240 volts over here, and this is 110 or 120 volts over here. But if you have something that can take a universal voltage, like pretty much any of these guys, then that'll work if you're traveling. But also, I think it will fit it'll also fit the European one. Okay. So should I actually manage to go traveling, maybe this will come with me. But more importantly, or more relevantly, if I get a piece of equipment, like an inverter or something that puts out on a UK plug, now I can play with it and make use of it. And I'm sure this was cheap enough that I'm not out much money if I don't get much use out of it, but we shall see. Universal EU, US, AU, UK to AC, power socket plug, travel charger, adapter, converter. Yeah, not really converting, more of just an adapter. Anyway, it's currently going for about $2.50 Canadian with free shipping. So yeah, it's cheap enough that I can just keep it in my bag of tricks for that rare occasion that I might need it. Doesn't say much more about it down here other than that you can plug all electrical devices in. Woohoo. Alright, next in, let's see what randomness my anonymous donors have sent me this time. It is 2 little push buttons, momentary push buttons, and 4 more of those. Even more. Okay. 3 push buttons and 5 more of these little connectors. These are screw terminals again for on a circuit board, but they are not the standard 0.1 inch spacing. They are 3 millimeter spacing, which is fine if you're making your own custom PCBs. And then these little push buttons. I think the ones that I got sent the last time were in a different color, so that's nice to have them in a variety of colors. I will quickly find some search links for these and then we'll see what else we got. 3.5 millimeter 2-pin screw terminals. Here they are. They're cheap, 10 pieces for $1.50. And again, remember that these are ones that you'd use on a custom PCB or a little bit smaller because they're a little bit narrower than the standard 0.1 incher or the standard breadboard spacing, but smaller connectors can be useful in their own right in certain applications. And the push buttons, apparently they are PSB-33B style. Again, this search should find them for you, price plus shipping lowest first. There are a multitude of different colors of them. You can even get them pre-wired if you want. Looks like 5 packs of them go for about $4.15 or $4.30 or thereabouts Canadian. So much less if you're paying in American dollars or euros or pounds sterling or something like that. This mailbag is rolling right along quickly. Let's see. Oh, what is this? What is that? Some dried chewing gum in the package? Ew. But it's got no description or anything else on it, so we'll just have to go in the old-fashioned way of avoiding putting my hands on that bit of random goo on the outside. This looks like some kind of a roll of tape. What kind of tape are you? Reinforced fiberglass tape of some kind? Is it double? Oh yeah, it's like a double-sided tape, but reinforced fiberglass tape. Let me just slice a chunk off here. So the value of this stuff is it doesn't stretch. It can tear a little bit, but it is quite tenacious. It's quite sticky. And as long as you pull straight on it, it doesn't seem to want to break. Wow, that is really sticky and gummy. But it's not leaving residue behind. I don't know why I would have ordered this. I don't remember ordering this. The package showed up, where's my notes here? The package showed up here back in early February, which means if I ordered it, which I probably did, it would have been in December, probably. Let me go hunting. I went searching all the way back to like June, July of last year on both eBay and AliExpress, and I cannot find anything even slightly similar to that. So I don't know what it is other than that it's tape, and as I said, it looks like it's fiber reinforced or something like that. That was weird. Anyway, this feels like multiple things in a package, and the way it was shipped, I will think it's probably from AliExpress, I'm guessing. Yes, there are multiple things in this package. 3 different things. Let's start with the one that's in the see-through package. It says it is a 120 watt USB charger. Well, that could be interesting. Although I think I've solved my USB charging woes with last week's video, but oh, okay. On the side it says 100 to 240 volts, input 50-60 hertz, yeah, the standard. Output 5 volts at 9 amps, or 9 volts at 5 amps, or 12 volts at 3.6 amps. So this claims to be a power delivery rated charger. And the connectors are labeled for that. Looks like the top 3 connectors are sort of ganged together for 3.1 amps, either from the type A or from the USB-C with power delivery. And the bottom 2 connectors, that one's labeled Quick Charge 3 and that one's power delivery 25 watts. I'm not going to do a full test on it, but I am going to see if it does in fact do power delivery. Yeah, it looks like it does have some power delivery modes, and Quick Charge 2, okay, all the way up to 20 volts. Cool, it's actually not lying to me. I think that's one of the first of these cheap Chinese chargers that I've got that actually does what it claims, or at least supports the standards that it claims, so that's good. I can use that with my phones and actually with my USB soldering iron as well. That will be nice. Supercharge, USB Type-C, QC3, 120 watt power delivery, Supercharge, Samsung, blah, 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 5-port quick charger. Yeah, 5 ports, but you don't want to use them all at once because they're kind of ganged together by the looks of it. I have to fully test this thing, but I'm fairly confident by the way it's marked that it's set up in 2 groups. So you could probably charge something from the top half and something from the bottom half simultaneously. But you wouldn't want to plug in everything to this, I don't think. Anyway, it's available in US or North American, UK, EU, in black and white. They're selling it for $11.38 with free shipping. All right, thing number 2 in that bundle, it says welding accessories. Could be anything. Okay. What kind of things are these? Remembering that I ordered these months and months ago. Oh, they're magnetic. Oh, okay. So if I had a magnetic base plate, that would be cool. Now what do you use them for? Huh. How are these welding accessories? I guess they kind of all magnet together, but I wonder, are they intended for using like that and just sort of holding your circuit board in place? It would probably be better if I had a magnetic base plate underneath here. Maybe, yeah, there we go. Found a piece of sheet metal, part of an old project one of the kids did. So I think if you have a magnetic work surface, I think that's kind of how it's supposed to go. Maybe, I'm not sure. Maybe the listing will have more insight into it. Again, I don't remember ordering this. This was a long time ago. NEWACALOX or something. 4 PCB circuit board holder with strong magnetic base for soldering, repair, modeling, DIY, jewelry, and hobbies. They're currently going for $11.78 Canadian for free shipping. And yeah, okay, so that is in fact how they are intended to be used. Oh, wait a minute. Do those screw apart there, or is it just kind of wedging it in the corners? Yeah, it looks like you can either do it that way or that way. Huh. They claim you can use it for a variety of DIY jobs, hobby projects, electronics, arts and crafts, painting statues and models, etc. I don't think this is nearly as good as what they promise. They certainly don't show any other types of DIY stuff except for this. Huh, that one they've got the board just sort of balancing on it. That doesn't seem practical. But I think this is something that I can chalk up as I'm wasting my money so you don't have to. Anyway, the final thing in, it says 2000 lumen high strong power LED flashlight USB charging tactical torch with display light, camping, fishing, emergency zoom lantern. That sounds like a flashlight with lots of marketing. Ooh, very, very lightweight. Does have a USB A to C charger cable. And yes, it is. Oh, okay. Here's a flashlight. That little foamy there is just to prevent it from getting turned on in the box, I guess. I hope that's not a permanent part of it that I just ripped off. What do we got here? It says zoom. Oh, okay. Just move the lens around. Cool. On this side, looks like we got a little rubber cover for USB. Yes, we do. And then down at this end, there's a place that you could put a lanyard if you wanted to. There's one screw hole there. And didn't notice that when you turn it on, there is a battery percentage. It's currently 98% charged. And the modes: turn on, dim, annoying blinking, and off. And you have to cycle through them all. You can't just have it come on and off. And it is quite bright. Is that the brightest? Yeah. Yeah, in full brightness mode, it is quite bright. And if you adjust that zoom slide, it does in fact move the lens around so that it does go to a narrower beam from further away. It is quite a wide flood if you have it in flood mode. And then down to zoom. Okay. It looks like it is a little 1 watt type LED, but with some kind of phosphor nubbin on it. But I'm not going to take this apart and look closer at it right now. I may in the future if you're interested. Comments down below. Let's go and see what I paid for this thing. High strong power LED flashlights. 300,000 lumen tactical torch with display light USB Charging, camping, fishing, Defensa zoom lantern. Is that 300,000? Yeah, they're claiming 300,000 lumens. Oh man. Anyway, back in the real world, the color I got is that S8 384A. There's a couple of other variants here which look the same for slightly different money. Okay. So the case is made out of ABS. It claims USB-C charging, supports output. Oh, okay, you can use it as a power bank. That's interesting. 3 modes, yeah. Bright, not quite so bright, and stupid flashing. It has a life of waterproofness. Telephoto zoom, yeah. Light distance, 1.5 kilometers. I don't think so. I mean, it's bright, but I don't think it's that bright. Battery life 3 to 5 hours. What else? Ideal for hunting and outdoor adventures. Sure, outdoors probably where you'd want to use this, maybe camping or something. Although if the battery only lasts for 3 to 5 hours, maybe hiking instead of camping. It's citing EU regulations, but I doubt that it's actually compliant with any relevant EU regulations, if there even are any for cheap flashlights. Type-C input and output. That might be a useful thing, is to be able to charge your phone when you're out hiking or something like that. Maybe? I don't know. So before we wrap up, let's just see if this thing does in fact output. No, it doesn't. Alright. So if they're lying about that, they're probably lying about the 300,000 lumens that they said on the website, or even about the 2,000 lumens that they claimed on the box. But for $7 or $8, I kind of expected that. And there is the contents of today's random mystery mailbag. Yeah. Got these fuses that are for multimeters, and again, I will test them once I get all the different fuses in that I've ordered. Got this little death adapter should I happen to find myself in the UK, or if I am playing with another inverter that outputs on a UK plug. These random switches and connectors that I got sent by an anonymous donor. Thank you once again to the anonymous donors. And then this, this tape that I'm confident that I didn't order, and I don't know why it showed up, but probably use it. The tape's always useful, especially double-sided tape, so maybe. And then there's this multi-pack over here. Out of the 3 pieces, I think this might be the most useful one. I will open it up and test it and see if it lives up to its ratings and stuff sometime in the future. See if it is, even vaguely safe, or if it is, what's the expression? Super dodgy. We'll see. These things, unless I am completely mistaken, I think these are kind of a dud purchase. You'd need a magnetic or a metal work surface, and they kind of hold a circuit board. I don't think they would be useful for holding many other things. I don't know. Like I said, if you got experience with those, let me know. And then there's this flashlight, which is in fact quite bright, but it is so light, so I'm guessing that the battery in it is really tiny. Although that might be upgradable. Again, it might just be a good flashlight for throwing in the car or throwing in the backpack if I'm going for a hike or something like that. I don't know. It was fairly cheap. A lot of this stuff was fairly cheap, and a lot of it goes into the category of I'm buying it and wasting my money so you don't have to. We'll learn more about those things in the future. Anyway, thanks for watching. As always, thanks to my anonymous donors, my YouTube channel members, and my Patreon supporters for helping me keep the mailbags rolling in, helping me keep the beer fridge full. I always appreciate that. And as always, to everybody else, thanks for watching. Questions or comments down below. I will talk to you later.